The house was unusual. Not just that evening, Jesus' family had gathered for dinner at her in-laws' place, which means the full table of gather, clicking platters and small chit-chat. Tahan sat beside his sister, resting his chin on his palm. As he looked at the rice in his bowl, his eyes thought kept drifting across the table. Jungkook sat there, silent and always. He was the youngest son of the house, Hobie's younger brother, and technically Jisoo's brother-in-law. He didn't speak much, cold eyes, quiet manners, and a face that always looked like it was carved from stone. But to Taehyung, he wasn't just Jisoo's brother-in-law, he was something else, someone Taehyung noticed a little too much, someone Taehyung secretly liked. Taehyung thoughts were cut off on them. Jisoo nudged him. Jisoo, eat properly, you are just stirring your food. Taehyung, I'm eating, Nona. Look. He stuffed a spoonful in his mouth, dramatically hearing a giggle from her. Across the table, Jungkook didn't even look up, but cast the way Jungkook's hands trembled slightly as he picked up his chopstick. His skin looked pale, his lips were pressed tight, then thinking he doesn't look good. Is he sick? Dinner went on, but Jungkook barely touched his food. He excused himself halfway, standing up with his usual calm face. Thought he noticed the slight sway in his step. Later that evening, while everyone gathered in the living room, Jungkook disappeared upstairs. Jisoo for one. Jisoo, is Jungkook okay? He been working non-stop. I'll check on him later. Taehyung stayed quiet, thought his mind was already restless. When the night grew quiet and everyone started healing to their room, Jisoo pulled him aside. Jisoo, hey, can you do me a favor? Jungkook alone upstairs. He looked unwell. Can you check him up? Me? His heart escaped. Jisoo, yes, you. I'll handle Hobie. Just make sure Jungkook okay. He won't say it himself. Taehyung nodded quickly and made his way upstairs, his feet light but his chest heavy with nervousness. He paused outside Jungkook's room and knocked. Taehyung. Jungkook, see, it's Taehyung. Can I come in? No answer. He slowly pushed the door open. The room was dim, lit only by the faint glow of a lamp. Jungkook lay on his bed, half covered with a blanket, his eyes closed and his breath shallow. Then Jungkook, he stepped closer, lowering his eyes. Jungkook stood, opening his eyes slightly. Jungkook, why are you here? His voice was weak, but he still carried that old tone. Taehyung, your sister-in-law asked me. You don't look fine. Jungkook tried to sit up, but Taehyung quickly pressed a hand on his shoulder. Taehyung, don't, just rest. Jungkook, I didn't need help. Taehyung grinned. Really? You look like a ghost right now. Jungkook gave him a glare, but it lacked its usual sharpness. His skin was burning hot, and the Taehyung hand, Taehyung, Oh, you have fever. Why don't you tell everyone? Jungkook, it's nothing. I'll sleep. Then sleep? You are freezing. He touched Jungkook's hand. It was ice cold despite the heat of the fever. He hung his lip, debating with himself. Then he sighed dramatically. Fine. Guess I have no choice. Jungkook, narrowing eyes. What are you doing? Saving your life, obviously. Without waiting for permission, Taehyung sleep under the blanket beside Jungkook. Jungkook, what are you? Taehyung, shh, don't waste your energy being dramatic. You are freezing. I'll give you body heat. Jungkook's eyes widened, but Taehyung only smirked at his shocked expression. At first, the air between them was stiff. Taehyung lay beside Jungkook, close enough for their shoulders to touch. Jungkook turned his face away, his jaw clenched. Jungkook, this is unnecessary. Taehyung, oh really? Then why are you still shivering? Jungkook stayed silent. Taehyung unable to reach, leaned closer, resting his hand over Jungkook's arms. Taehyung, wow, you are colder than ice. You sure you are human? Jungkook, you talk too much. Taehyung grinned, and you don't talk at all. Balance. Despite Jungkook's annoying tone, his body relaxed slightly against the warmth. Taehyung noticed it and softened him quietly. You should take care of yourself more. There was a long pause, then Jungkook whispered, almost too low to hear. Jungkook, why do you care? Taehyung blinked, surprised by the question. He smiled faintly, hiding the truth inside his chest. Because you are family now, and maybe I just don't like seeing you suffer. Jungkook didn't reply, but Taehyung saw the way his lips flickered, the way his lips pressed together. Midnight moment as the night deepened, the silence between them grew oddly comforting. Taehyung shifted closer when Jungkook shivered again, wrapping his arms around him. Taehyung, don't overthink. Just take it as free heated service. Jungkook annoying Taehyung, but warm. He winked, thought Jungkook avoiding his gaze. They stayed like that for a while. His heartbeat raced, but he pretended to be calm. He could smell the faint scent of Jungkook, feel the rise and fall of his chest, and hear the uneven beat. Suddenly Taehyung burst. He quickly reached for it. Taehyung, hello? It was Jimin. Jimin, are you okay? You disappeared downstairs. I'm fine, just busy. He glanced at Jungkook, who was now staring at him with a frown. Jimin, busy? With what? Taehyung teasing tone with someone cold as ice. Jungkook glared sharp at Taehyung, quickly laughed and entered the car. Taehyung, don't look at me like that. He's just my friend. Jungkook, you don't need to explain. Taehyung is smirking, but you are listening carefully, are not you? Jungkook turned away, murmuring something Taehyung couldn't catch. The unexpected closeness our past. Jungkook's fever made him restless, toasting and turning. Taehyung stayed awake, holding him whenever he shivered. Slowly Jungkook stopped resting and healing into the warmth. By dawn, Jungkook unconsciously pulled Taehyung closer. His arms rested around Taehyung's waist. Taehyung frozen and burdened his heart hammered in his chest. Taehyung thinking, don't blush. He looked at Jungkook's sleeping face, still pale, but calmer now. His unusual coldness was softened by sleep. Taehyung bathed a smile. Taehyung whispering, "You are not as heartless as you act, are you?" He didn't dare move, afraid Jungkook wake up, so he stayed there, tangled in Jungkook's arm, listening the steady heartbeat against his ear. Morning light slipped through the curtain. Taehyung blinked awake to find Jungkook still holding him close, their faces inches apart. Taehyung breathed heated. For a moment, he just stared at Jungkook's peaceful face. Then Jungkook stirred, his eyes opening slowly, their gaze met. Taehyung worried Jungkook and Bella. "Jungkook, why are you staring?" Taehyung but sassy, "Because you look less scary when you sleep." Jungkook blinked and pulled his arms away, sitting up. "Jungkook, get out." Taehyung pouted dramatically but couldn't hide the smile tugged at his lips. Taehyung, "Oh, you're welcome. By the way, if it were not for me, you'd be an ice cube by now." Jungkook ignored him, standing up, but as Taehyung lifted the room, he didn't miss the faint pink on Jungkook's ear, and that was enough to keep Taehyung's heart racing the whole morning. Jungkook's expression didn't change, but his ears were still faint pink. "Jungkook, you talk too much in the morning," Taehyung pouted. "So? No thanks you." Jungkook standing up. "No." Taehyung gasping dramatically, pressing a hand to his chest. Taehyung heartless. Truly heartless. Jungkook ignoring him and walked to the dresser, pulling out a fresh shirt. Taehyung's eyes follow him unconsciously. He quickly looked away when Jungkook caught him staring. Jungkook, stop looking. Taehyung smirking. "Why?" Feeling shy, Jungkook fled. "No, just annoying." Taehyung softly shaking his head. He lingered at the door a moment longer, then added with a cheesy grin, "Taehyung, anyway, whatever you admit it or not, you slept really well. Thank to me." Jungkook frozen for the second before mumbling, "Jungkook, get out." Taehyung laughed, finally stepping into the hall, leaving Jungkook to hide the small, unexplainable warmth in his chest. Breakfast. Downstairs, the dining table was already busy with chit-chat. Jisoo placing bowl of soup, while Hobie casually animated with their parents. Youngie had stopped by earlier, leaning casual on the chair with his usual lazy smirk. When Taehyung entered, Jisoo noticed the slight smile on his face. "Jisoo, you look cheerful this morning, Tae." Taehyung sitting down. "Of course, I slept like a baby." Youngie raised an eyebrow. Youngie, that's interesting, considering someone else didn't look like that slept much." Everyone turned their hand when Jungkook appeared, his face expressionless, but his movements slower than usual. He slid into his chair without a word. Taehyung lip twitched. He leaned closer with a playful whisper, "Taehyung, morning ice prince." Jungkook glared. Don't call me that." Taehyung innocently, "What? Suit you." cold face. Jungkook quiet. Yoongi smirked, clearly entertained. Yoongi, wow, you usually ignore everyone, but you? He actually responded. Interesting. Tehang Warren, Tehang see, I bring life into this frozen household. Hobby Chaka sipping his drink. Hobby, or maybe you just enjoy teasing him too much. Tehang wink, not denying it. Just when the meal was about to end, the doorbell rang. Tehang jumped up excitedly. Tehang, that must be Jimin. He rushed to the door, where Jimin greeted him with his usual bright smile. Jimin, Tete, he pulled him into a quick hug. Tehang, oh, you came? I thought you were busy today. Jimin, I couldn't because you disappeared last night without telling me anything. Tehang laughing, scratching his back of neck. Tehang, well, things happened behind him. Jungkook appeared in the hallway, eyes narrowing at the sight of Jimin holding into Tehang a little too long. Jungkook, who is he? Jimin turns, smiled politely. Jimin, hi, I'm Jimin, Tehang's best friend. He extended his hand. Jungkook looked at it for a moment before giving a short handshake. His face remained blank, but his jaw tightened. Tehang teasing, don't worry, Jimin. He always looked like that, old and nice. Jimin laughing, really? Then they must be the complete opposite. Tehang grinning, exactly. Jungkook depend. He turned abruptly and walked back into the dining room. Later, while Jisoo and Hobie cleared the table, Tehang and Jimin stayed in the kitchen, chit-chatting and laughing. Jimin leaned closer, whispering something that made Tehang burst into giggle. Jungkook, who had come in quietly to get water, stopping in the doorway. His eyes lingered on Tehang's wide smile, the way Jimin touched his shoulder casually. Something sharp twisted in his chest. Jungkook, you are too loud. Tehang jumped at the sudden voice, turning to see Jungkook standing there. Tehang, oh, you scared me. Jungkook, it's not my fault. You two laugh like children. Jimin raising an eyebrow. We are just having fun. Tehang playfully to Jungkook. Don't be jealous, Ice Prince. Jungkook's eyes flickered, but he didn't reply. He grabbed a glass of water and left without another word. Jimin, he doesn't like me, does he? Tehang shuddered. Don't mad him. He don't like anyone. Still, a part of Tehang couldn't help but notice the way Jungkook had looked at them. That afternoon, Tehang and Jimin decided to step out into the garden. The sun was warm and the flowers were in full bloom. They were walking side by side, laughing about old memories. Jimin, do you remember when we tried to bake cookies and ended up with charcoal instant? Tehang laughing loudly. How can I forget? The kitchen smelled for days. They bubbled over laughing, holding into each other for balance. At that very moment, Jungkook appeared near the pros, watching them quietly. His expression was unbelievable, but his fist clenched at his side. Yoongi, who had been on a bench, noticed immediately. Yoongi teasing, "What's wrong, Jungkook? Don't tell me you are bothered by them." Jungkook flatty, "I'm not." Yoongi is smirking, "Ready? Because your face say otherwise." Jungkook glared at him, but Yoongi only laughing. By evening, Jimin had to leave. He hugged Taehyung tightly at the door. "Jimin, we are visit again soon. Don't forget me, okay?" Taehyung smiled. "How could I?" When Jimin left, Taehyung turned around only to find Jungkook standing at the bottom of the stairs, arm crossed. His gaze was sharp. Taehyung teasing, "Oh, what are you doing?" "Don't know, Jungkook, you let him hug you too much." Taehyung blinked, caught off guard. Then he burst into a grin. Taehyung, "Wait, are you jealous?" Jungkook coldly, "No." Taehyung stepping closer, "You are. Look at your face. You are falling so hard." Jungkook looking away. "Oh, you are imagining things." Taehyung laughing softly, leaning closer until Jungkook stiffened. "Taehyung, it's okay. It's okay if you are jealous. I find it cute." Jungkook turning his hand sharply, his ear betrayed a flush of red. Jungkook, "Oh, you are annoying." Taehyung is smiling, "But you like it?" Jungkook didn't answer. He brushed past Taehyung, heading upstairs. Jungkook stood there, watching him go, his heart fluttering despite the cold war. That night, Taehyung couldn't sleep. He tossed and turned, thoughts of Jungkook in his mind. Finally, he slipped out of his room and found himself standing outside Jungkook's door. After a moment of hesitation, he knocked lightly. Taehyung, "Oh, Jungkook, are you awake?" Silence, then the door opened slightly, revealing Jungkook's calm but tired face. "Jungkook, what is it?" Taehyung nervously, can I come in?" "Just for a while." Jungkook signed but stepped aside. Taehyung entered, gazing around their dreamy room. He sat at the edge of the bed, while Jungkook leaning against the desk. "Taehyung, I wanted to ask, did I make you upset today?" Jungkook flat. "Why would you think that?" Taehyung, "Because you looked angry when Jimin was here." Jungkook's gaze darkened slightly. "Jungkook, I wasn't angry." Taehyung softly, "Then what were you?" The room fell into silence. Jungkook looked at him, eyes unbelievable, before finally speaking. "Jungkook, I just don't like it." Taehyung blinking. "Don't like what?" Jungkook, "Seeing you with someone else." Taehyung with gush. His heart raced as he stared at Jungkook, who immediately turned his face away. Taehyung softly, "So you were jealous? Taehyung, Jungkook, no. Taehyung, "Yes, you were." He leaned closer, teasing, "And honestly, I like it." Jungkook eyes sharp to him, sharp but conflicted. The space between them grows smaller, charged with unspoken words. For a moment, it felt like Jungkook would push him away, but instead, Jungkook murmured slowly, "Jungkook, oh, you drive me crazy." Before Taehyung could respond, Jungkook leaned in, a quick, almost angry to his lip. Taehyung frozen, eyes widened, his heart thundered in his chest. When Jungkook pulled back, his face was unbearable, but his ear burned red. "Jungkook, forget it." He turned quickly, but Taehyung lip curved into the widest smile. Taehyung whispering to himself, "So, the ice melts only for me." The room was quiet, almost too quiet. Taehyung was frozen on the spot. His lip still tingled from the Jungkook had stolen only second ago. Jungkook, however, had already turned away, standing stiffly near his desk with his back to Taehyung. Taehyung faintly, "So, that really happened?" Jungkook didn't answer. He kept his eyes fixed on the book scratched on the table as if they were the most things in the world. Taehyung teasingly, softly, "You mean?" Jungkook quiet but firm. "Forget it, Taehyung. How can I forget? It was my first." That made Jungkook turn his head sharply, his eyes widened slightly before narrowing again. "Jungkook, you are lying." Then placing a hand on his chest dramatically, "I never lie about important things like this." "Congratulations, you've stolen my first." Jungkook's jaw tightened. He looked away quickly, but his ear turned red again. Then walking closer, voice light, "Don't worry, I don't mind, especially if it's you." Jungkook turned his face, tried to hide his expression, but Taehyung caused the way his parted slightly, as if he wanted to say something but couldn't. Morning after the next morning, the house was buzzing again. Jisoo and Hobie prepared breakfast while Yoongi read the newspaper, lazy at the table. Taehyung walked in with a skip in his step and endeavored to hide his wide smile. "Jisoo, Tae, why are you glowing this morning?" Taehyung, maybe because I slept well." Yoongi raised an eyebrow. "Sleeping well? Or dream it well?" Taehyung teasing, "Why? Do I look like someone who had a dream?" Before anyone could reply, Jungkook entered the room. His face was calm as usual, but his eyes flickered towards Taehyung. For just a moment, Taehyung immediately smirked. "Taehyung, morning, Jungkook, see?" Jungkook flagged on, "Morning." Yoongi watching closely. "Oh, strange. You actually reply him." Hobie chuckles, sipping his drink. "Hobie, Taehyung must be special then." Jisoo titled her head furiously, but Taehyung only grinned wide, enjoying Jungkook's friend Jimin visit. After breakfast, Jimin showed up again, bouncing with energy as always. "Jimin, Tae," he hugged him tightly. "I miss you already." Taehyung laughing, "You saw me yesterday." Jimin, "Still." Taehyung laughed and pulled him towards the sofa. They sat close, whispering joke and giggle. Hobi sipping his drink from the corner of his lips. Taehyung saw Jungkook enter the room. When he stopped them, Jungkook eyes lingered on Jimin's hand resting on Taehyung's arms. He into a thin line. Yoongi, of course, noticed immediately. Yoongi, low. Careful, Jimin. Someone looked like he is about to explode. Jungkook shot him a glare, but Yoongi only smirked. Taehyung leaning towards Jimin playfully. See, he always looks scary like that. Jimin laughed, resting his chin on Taehyung's shoulders just to tease. That was the last straw. Jungkook walked over, standing right in front of them. Jungkook, you be overstay. Shouldn't you go now? Jimin blinked, surprised. Jimin, I just got there. Jungkook coldly, and now you can leave. Taehyung guessed dramatically. Taehyung, Jungkook, that's rude. Jungkook staring only at Taehyung. Then you live with him. The air went silent. Taehyung eyes widened and Jimin quickly stood up, sensing the tension. Jimin awkwardly, maybe I should actually go. I'll see you later, Tete. He patted Taehyung's shoulder and left. Taehyung turned immediately to Jungkook, crossing his arms. Taehyung, you didn't have to scare him away. Jungkook, he was too close. Taehyung grinned softly. You were jealous again? Jungkook didn't answer, but his silence was enough. That night, Taehyung found Jungkook in the garden, sitting quietly under the stars. He approached and sat beside him. Taehyung, you know you are bad at hiding your feelings. Jungkook low eyes. I don't have. Taehyung laughed. He leaned closer. If you didn't, you wouldn't care when Jimin touched me. Jungkook turned his face, his dark eyes looking into Taehyung's playful gaze. Jungkook should tell me incense. Then smiling, good, at least I make you feel something. There was silence between them, filling only with the sound of crickets. Jungkook's hand moved slightly, resting on the bench close to Taehyung. Taehyung glanced down, then slowly placed his hand over Jungkook. Jungkook shifted, but he didn't pull away. Taehyung softly, you don't have to pretend it, Jungkook. You don't have to be cold with me. For the first time, Jungkook's expression softened. His eyes held something unbearable, something Taehyung had never seen before. Jungkook, I don't know how to do this. Taehyung smiled gently. You don't need to know. Just let me stay by your side. Jungkook parted slightly, his hand turned fingers slowly with Taehyung. Taehyung hearty, but he stayed still giving Jungkook time. Jungkook quietly, I like you. Taehyung frozen. The words were soft, almost uncertain, but real. He blinked quickly, his smile wide. Taehyung said again. Jungkook sighed. Don't make me repeat it, Taehyung, please. Jungkook softly looking away. but his voice was clear this time. Jungkook, I like you. Taehyung beamed, unable to stop himself. He leaned in and a quick to Jungkook's cheek. Taehyung cool, because I like you too. From that night, something changed between them. Jungkook was still reserved, still quiet, but he no longer pushed him away. He let him still sit close, let him hold his hand, even let him tease without always snapping back. One evening, a few days later, Taehyung found himself lying on Jungkook's bed again. This time, it wasn't because of a fever. It was because Jungkook had actually asked him to stay. Taehyung, so you need my heat forever now? Jungkook fled but softer. Don't get used to it. Taehyung closer, too late. I already did. Jungkook rolled his eyes but pulled Taehyung against his chest. His warm wrapped finally around him. Taehyung smiled into the warmth, heart full for the first time. The cold Jungkook didn't feel cold at all. He felt warm, alive, and safe. And for Taehyung, that was more than enough.